Good evening and welcome to the Development Review Board of South Burlington for November 1st, 2022. My name is Dawn Philibert and I'm the chair of the board, and I'd like to introduce the other members of the board who are present. Mark Baer, Dan Albrecht, Stephanie Wyman, Quinn Mann, and we're expecting Frank Kochman, but he's not here yet. So also, I'd like to introduce our staff, Marla Keene, who's the Development Review Planner for the city. And there are a number of,
I'd like to compliment staff on the pre-Christmas garb there,
Yes, very nice. Excuse us, public.
Sorry.
There's a couple of ways to participate in this meeting. One is to attend, as no one is tonight because we have a light agenda. The second way is to attend virtually. And if you're doing so, please send us your contact information via the chat so that we have a record of your attendance in case you ever want to be considered a participant for future action. You can also participate by phone, and if you're doing that, please send your contact information to mkeene, Keene, at southburlingtonvt.gov. Okay, I think we're going to, I don't think there are any other reminders that are relevant tonight other than the fact that this meeting is being recorded. Here's Frank. Good evening, Frank. So, emergency evacuation procedures, I won't bother since no one's here. Well, I guess we're here. Okay, go to the doors, turn left or right, you're outside. Are there any additions, deletions, or changes in the order of agenda items?
No.
Okay. Are there any announcements or reminders? Doesn't sound like there are. Any comments and questions from the public that aren't related to the agenda?
I do not see anything in the chat.
Okay. Hearing none, we'll move on to agenda item number 5. Which is continued site plan application SP 22020 of Neagley and Chase Construction to construct a single-story 21,790 square feet office building, create 2,160 square feet of outdoor storage, and associated site improvements at 39 Bowdoin Street. The applicant has requested continuation of the review of this application to November 15th, 2022. So I would entertain a motion to do so.
Make a motion, we continue site plan application SP 22020 of Neagley and Chase Construction to November 15th, 2022.
Do I have a second? Thank you, Frank. Any discussion? All in favor of continuing this application to November 15th, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Don, I'm just gonna, for the record, I'm abstaining because I am recused from that application.
The next one, number 6?
The one that we just talked about.
Okay, good. Thank you, Stephanie. Item number 6, continued site plan application SB 22032 of UVM Medical Center to construct a 1.5-story, 84,006 square feet medical office and outpatient facility with associated parking, equipment, and stormwater treatment on an existing undeveloped 13.5 acre lot at 119 Tilley Drive. This applicant has also requested continuation to November 15th.
Yeah, so I wanted to read out their request because I know that you had all been expecting a 10-minute conversation tonight. The request was, I'm skipping the parts about hello Marla and thank you for reading this. We want to pull the UVM Medical Center Outpatient Surgery Center Site Plan Application Continuation SP 22032 from the November 1st GRB agenda. We need more time to discuss the plans with the neighbors. We would like to be placed on the November 15th DRB agenda. The November 15th agenda, we had received the continuation request for Neagley and Chase a couple weeks ago, so we had considered that to be a relatively full agenda, but given that we're expecting this to be a 10-minute conversation, we did say that, we would recommend that the board has time for this on November 15th. I also received a comment letter yesterday from Champlain Water District. Champlain Water District is not a reviewer in the sense that like the water department is a reviewer or DPW is a reviewer. They said, we will not accept landscaping in the CWD transmission main right of way. They have jurisdiction in the sense that they would review it at Act 250 level.
Okay.
Or is it not Act 250 when it's medical? Is it the Green Mountain Care Board?
Oh, no, yes, for a certificate of need.
Okay. So they would provide that comment to the state, and I said, thank you for your comments. You're providing it a day before the fourth hearing at which we anticipated closing this. I will share it with the board, but I expect the board to just proceed.
Okay. So thank you, Marla. We need, it sounds like we need a motion to continue this application until November 15th.
I'll make a motion. We continue site plan application SP 22032 of UVM Medical Center to November 15th, 2022. 032.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, thanks, Dan. Discussion.
Not much point in discussing it until we have more feedback, or
Okay.
are you talking about the merits of the motion, or are you talking about the?
Well, I know there was some concern at the last meeting about, how far do we go to accommodate discussions with abutters? And I don't have a problem with it, but I wanted to offer people an opportunity if they were not in favor of continuing this, to voice their concerns about that.
I think that, taking an abutter's point of view and comment into play, especially if they're a direct abutter, if the applicant can work with an abutter to solve some sort of issue they might have, as long as we're not sacrificing the regulations, we might make some adjustments. Like it said, discuss whether there's enough placement of shade trees to meet the code. I'm fine with having that discussion.
Okay, all right, others?
I feel strongly the same way.
Okay,
Another example would be very few properties have an express view easement, and you're not entitled to an easement for review as a matter of law.
right,
But, if there's some way that a developer who's blocking a view could do something else.
While still meeting code. Yeah.
Pardon?
While still meeting the regulations.
Yeah.
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 sure, okay, good.
Another example.
Right.
So I'm in favor of giving some latitude to the
Okay. And the downside of closing the hearing is it could really hold us up and the applicant later on. And I know there's been some concern that we need an outpatient surgery center.
There's a rule of reason, and that's frankly what you're here for, to
Right.
enforce that.
Right, okay.
But they ought to have considerable latitude in my view.
Okay. Any other comments about this before we take a vote? Okay, all in favor of continuing SP 22032 to November 15th, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the motion is carried. Moving on to item number 7, the minutes of the September 20th. I only saw one. set of
October
minutes,
18th.
It was October
Well,
18th.
I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah, that's
October
right. I
18th.
only saw one set of minutes, and that's why. Okay. Do we have a motion on the minutes? Actually, I'll move acceptance of the minutes. We have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Abstain because I wasn't here.
Okay,
I wasn't here either, but
Okay.
you can still vote to approve minutes.
okay, good. The motion is carried. Thank you. Is there any other business?
Yeah, in other business, I just wanted to check in with a couple folks who didn't reply about the 2023 schedule. Is everybody okay with keeping our regular August recess instead of moving it to July to coincide with 4th of July?
Okay,
Thanks, everyone.
anything else?
That's all I have.
Then I think the meeting is over.
Good.
Thank you. And we're going to stay right here for deliberations, are we?
Yeah, I'll